Peace. Islam. It's your brother Cool. Happy Moon Day. Everybody on this Moon Day. You know, so I wanted to speak about first of all, the Dream Act and the DACA Act, which have both been overturned or rescinded by the current corporate president or the corporate administrator of the office of the President of the United States, which that would be Donald Trump at this particular time. He rescinded the DACA Act and the Dream Act, which essentially is dealing with immigration. Okay, so once again, I just did the last video where we went into naturalization, and the build on that was naturalization is dealing with legal immigrants. So if you're indigenous to these lands here, then how could you possibly be dealing in naturalization? And this is where that lecture goes into what I'm talking about now, which is the DACA, D-A-C-A, and the Dream Act. All right. So if you haven't realized, immigration has started to pick up, right? You see a lot of people. There's a higher number of people getting deported back to their original country of citizenship, or their original nation. They're getting deported back to their original nation. And so pretty much what's happening now is that there's a bit of a limbo happening, right, in the time lapse. So right now we're in a time where the F.B.I. put out, you know, this particular classification of people known as Black Identification Extremists. Okay, B.I.Es, right? So the thing, and I like to call them the B.I.Es, like the B.Y.E. B.I.E. You know what I'm saying? B.I.E. That's what it is, Black Identity Extremists. Because people who fall under that category of Black Identity Extremists, yeah, it's gonna be B.I.E. It's gonna be B.I.E. time for y'all real soon. And even people who look like me, dark melanated people who are originally from this continent, but think for some reason they're from Africa. And because of that fact, and they believe that they are African American. And because of that fact, okay, they're going to find themselves in a F.E.M.A work camp. All right? Because everyone who is so-called Black or African American, you're not a party to the United States. You're actually the collateral. Like, do you understand? Like, that's the difference between so-called the status of white and the status of Black in a commercial context. In a commercial atmosphere, white is the one who has interest in the assets that's being brought to the table. The Blacks are the actual assets. So it's not even like Black or African American people are a part, right? You're not a part and partial or a part and parcel of the United States. You're not connected to the United States via land, via blood, via consanguine. You're not connected, like, you know, because like I said, 1781. We go back before 1781, so we don't have an organic connection to the United States in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But it's very important to know who you are in this particular time, because if you don't know who you are, then someone is going to guess who you are for you. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to guess that you're Black, which is going to put you in a position of statelessness, because your mind has no allegiance, aka no knowledge of your own culture to which you would want to associate yourself to, something that you'd want to connect yourself to, that would make you worth protection, that would make you worth being looked upon as holy or sacred, as a being, right? So if you want to continue to be a B.I.E, all right, a B.I.E, go for it. Let me know how it works out for you. Me, I'm not going to sit around and wait and see how this goes. I done enough studies to know what Black and African American means. I done enough changes in my life to know the drastic difference between the way of living, the way of moving, the impact that it has between my privacy and foreigners trying to come into my privacy and you know, fuck up my shit. No, yo, it's not the age for that. It's not. It's not the age for that. It's the age for turning everything around. Turning everything around. I can't tell you how many times this is one of our travel vehicles. I can't tell you how many times all my brothers was traveling, they told me, you know what I'm saying, a cop or a state patrolsman will pull up behind, you know what I'm saying, scan the plates, be there for a little second, you know what I'm saying, and once they get the information they need to get through, they pop out from behind and go the fuck on about their business. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason for that. See, people don't understand. People think niggas be fucking playing around and shit. Let me show y'all. I don't need to see everything. I can show you a little bit. Now, mind you, remember I always told you that that the certificate of registration is not proof. It is not proof of ownership. All right? You want to have title. Right? So you see here? You see here? So now she Amaru Republic. Okay? Now, check this out. This is the best part right here. Read right here in the comments. See if I read it with you. 1993 red. Use. Tax waived. Gift. Excise. Exempt. Native American. Display tab on back of license plate only. So the legal owner is Sunashi Amaru Republic. Sunashi Amaru Republic is an indigenous Native American. So you see, the vehicle has a nationality. The vehicle, the automobile, is an indigenous Native American. So this is why I understand that when my brother tells me he's had instances where, you know, cops or state's patrolmen pull up behind them and you know, they read for a little bit, see what's going on, then they get from behind them. No jurisdiction. That's what's popping up in their system. That's what's popping up in their system. So there's no fight. Is what I'm trying to say. We got so much more important things to do, y'all. We got so much more important things to do. And yes, as we begin to set ourselves up, we will eventually be moving from what is here to what we will be creating and what we will be operating and running. But in the meantime, while we're doing that, we're still under occupation. So we still need to navigate the best way we deem fit. And the way each person, individual or group navigates is not going to be the same. But it's okay. As long as we're going in the same direction, which is indigenous everything. That's the main agenda, to have indigenous everything. You know what I'm saying? So we got to take this shit over. This is not a game, scare tactic. I just showed you the thing for the traveling. So this is what's in their system. So we don't deal with, me and my tribe don't deal with traveling issues. We don't deal with that no more. We've dealt with that for a few years. Okay, but we don't deal with that anymore because we're lining ourselves up with the law. You see what I'm saying? So, and mind you, we're working on our own tribal plates. So once we have our own tribal plates on deck, you know what I'm saying? We're going to take these state plates off. So understand that as indigenous peoples, you have a right to not pay taxes. So you see, it's crucial. And it was like, why would you put that in the notes that this car was gifted and is tax exempt? You know why? Because it will line you up that, yes, you are Native American, because Native Americans are tax exempt. Now, it don't matter if the patrolman or the cop roll up to the window and they looking at me or whoever's traveling, whichever tribal member's traveling in this vehicle. It don't matter what we look like. All they know is this is a Native American vehicle. It's under Native American tribal jurisdiction. Get the fuck on from here. And they do the same thing. Dip off. You know what I'm saying? So understand, comprehend, and understand that it is time, y'all. And for all my people who still getting, because I had to go and retrieve tribal brothers from kidnapping. We go and we get our people back. So we've gone through experiences where, hey, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? So-and-so got kidnapped. Shit. You know what I mean? Where he at? He's all the way south. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? What we gotta do? We can't just be like, well, all right, we'll deal with it when we get up in the morning. No. We a nation. So if one of our people get kidnapped or taken, we do what a nation does, which is come for their people. Now, if you don't have nobody coming for you, you know what that's called? Stateless. Stateless. I mean, like, we have to go to court. We have to go to court and speak on behalf of our tribal members. You know what I'm saying? Because, they try to play all these games where they want to keep you in past a little appearance thing and the color of law. They try to play all these little games to keep you stuck in there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make you look like the worst human being possible. You know what I mean? And they're the ones committing the fraud. So it's kind of like an oxymoron. But this is what nations do. This is what peoples do. This is what body politics do. We look out for one another. If somebody take one of mine, I'm coming for you. And that's the mindset for everyone in the tribe. Right? And that should be the mindset for everyone in your tribe. If anything go down, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. And you know what? All those experiences, one, they always brought us closer together. We learned a valuable lesson from it. And then we progressed forward. So this right here, when I'm talking to you about traveling, it's progression. I was traveling out here for 4 years, all right, with expired tabs, expired plates, and my national ID. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that for 4 years. Never got taken, never got kidnapped. My car never got towed. I put everything under my trust, and I was just operating like that for 4 years. But you know what? We got to start thinking like traveling and things like that. It's not, we can't just be thinking about ourselves. So for me, when I was traveling back then, I was thinking about me. Nothing happened to me. So I was cool. I was doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was exercising my right with impunity. But when you start getting into issues where you have your people that are starting to be affected by these things, then your mind got to shift a little bit. It's like, all right, we still got to be on track, but we got to come with another strategy. What's the next best strategy where we can still get what we want and further ourselves, right? And still get what we would accomplish. Because the main thing is we're not paying no excise tax. You know what I'm saying? It's a right to register a car properly underneath your trust. Okay? When a car is gifted to a church, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that me, you know what I mean? Because Sunel is not a, how would I say this? Sunel is a citizen, right? A free citizen of Washington State, but it's also a citizen of his principal place of business, which is outside of the corporate United States, which is in one of the Caribbean islands, actually. You know what I'm saying? But being that is that, Sunel don't need an ID, a state ID. You see what I'm saying? So that's how people who gift the vehicles over to the church or the temple, it can be registered in the name of the temple. You know what I'm saying? Because the temple itself is a citizen, right? That's why they say all persons, all corporations, all entities are considered citizens. You know what I'm saying? And all those corporations and entities always lead back to flesh and blood people, flesh and blood beings. All right? That's why they say it's one and the same. It's synonymous. When they talk about a corpse, they know they're talking to you, because everything they're doing to the corpse is eventually going to lead back to you, flesh and blood being, light embodiment. So since we understand that, you know what I'm saying? There's no need to have a license or a state ID. You know what I'm saying? These type of things for Sunel. We can simply just register the car to Sunel. We are the people who are the stewards, right, of Sunel. Me as well as my other tribal members, advisors. So that's how we move it. And then, so essentially what you do is you're giving these cars, you're giving a property nationality. And what is nationality again? Is to take control or possession or ownership. and put it underneath what? The nation. Okay? So everything should be in the name of your nation. And if you don't have a nation, everything should be in the name of your trust. So that's just the one prime example of how we can function and operate safely. You know what I'm saying? Nobody here is rolling around with licenses or permission to do anything. We're just making sure that our information is updated in their system. So that way they don't have a hard time figuring out who we are, you know what I'm saying, the free people from the chattel property. There's a difference. There's a big difference. You just saw the joint right there, Native American. Everything is Native American, so we're moving how we're supposed to be moving because we are the original Native Americans. We're the original peoples. We're the autochtons. We're the indigenous ones. We're the aboriginal ones. We're the Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to do what we do and let it be what it be. Be ourselves in all aspects of life, all aspects of commerce. Be yourself and see how it works. See how life unfolds before your eyes. Don't just sit there and keep going back and forth between what people say. Just go for it. To hell with what people say. Go into the information, look at the sources, and then just go for it. Do your own experimentation, your own tests. Everything I'm telling you now is based on all the damn crazy-ass experiments and tests I've done, my tribal members have done, and we all put it together in one pot to see, okay, this is what happens when you do certain things. This is the cause and this is the effect. So right now, I'm trying to go for a cause and effect where we can still move how we move freely without being molested in our travels. We don't get molested in our travels. We know we're Native Americans. They know we're Native Americans. And no, I'm not talking about Native Americans like Native Americans like Mongols. I'm talking about the original Americans, the copper-colored ones. All right? They know. So it's about time we start acting like we know. All right? And that's all I got to leave you with that, fam. Peace. Love and light. It's your brother Cool. Sun's out today. Beautiful. Islam.